Hey Magic Family, welcome back on Magic Raven Tarot channel. I prepared something special for today. We have as usually pile number 1 with the green jade, pile number 2 with the onyx stone, and pile number 3 with the tiger eye. And we will split the reading in 2 parts. On the left side, we're gonna have the cards for the impressions that they are giving to you versus their authentic inner truth and inner self. All right, so let's pick up one oracle card for each pile in part. For pile number 1, for pile number 2, I feel it's this, and for pile number 3. Alright, so take your time and meditate about which pile you feel drawn to mostly. It could be a crystal that you like or a certain number, and follow that inner voice and your intuition, because it will drag you directly to the pile that it's meant for you. And if you feel that you want to pick up more than one piles, I invite you to do that. So let's go to the shuffle part. Alright, so I have on my left side the oracle decks, on my right side the tarot decks. We will shuffle for pile number 1 first. Let's move this here up. Alright. Okay, and actually I'm gonna use this line to split into, because we're gonna have on the left side the cards for the impression that they give, and on the right side their authentic inner truth. So for pile number 1, we would like to know the impression that this person is giving. All right, and their authentic inner truth. Okay, let's put here. And their authentic inner truth. I feel it's this. Okay, let's do this, and we leave these oracle cards at the end. The impression that they give. And they're authentic. All right, let's move to this deck. Pile number 1. Okay, so we have the impression and they're authentic. All right. The impressions. Oh, you wanted to come out. All right, I will put you here. Okay, and now we will choose one oracle card from here. for pile number 1, the impression that they give versus their authentic self. So I feel this and this. All right, so we do have now the cards for pile number 1. And we will just move them like this. Then let's go to shuffle for pile number 2. I hope, yes. Okay. Let's start with these ones. So we want to know, we ask kindly to know the impression that they give for pile number 2. And their authentic inner truth. I feel it's this. Okay. All right. I'm really curious as well. Okay, the impressions and their authentic self. And this. All right. Let's continue. Okay. Thank you. And their authentic self. There you go. And let's take one oracle card from this deck as well. One. And their authentic inner truth. We would like to know. This. Okay, so now we have also the cards for pile number 2. The impressions that they give versus their authentic self and their inner truth. And now, let's see if I can take this. All right. We will just shuffle for pile number 3 as well. Let's start with this. The impression that they give for pile number 3. All right, so we have this and their authentic inner truth. Okay. I feel it's this. One. And the second. Okay. We have the impressions, and we will like also their authentic inner truth. All right. There you go. Okay, and now the last oracle deck, the impression that they give versus their authentic inner truth. All right. So we have the cards also for pile number 3. The impressions, their authentic inner truth. And take your time and think about which pile you feel that you resonate mostly. If you feel that you want to choose more than one piles, you can do that and listen both of them. It's important to listen that inner voice and your intuition. All right, so let's go directly to the reading. Hey, pile number 1, you choose this beautiful crystal, the green jade crystal, and it looks like this. And let's find out together. I split it into this reading. We have on my left side the cards for the impression that they give you, and on my right side we have their authentic inner truth. So as an oracle card that molds the energy between those two, we do have the motivation. And number 8 could be a significant, important number for you. As impressions, we do have the Sea Beacon Fairy with the message guidance, but where will it lead you? All right. Then we also have Lorelei. The Moon energy, strong Pisces energy. The Knight of Cups. So we might be dealing with water signs as well here. A lot of emotions, a lot of feelings. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We do have the Nine of Cups energy. And the shadow aspect, concerned. All right. Let's move a little bit more up. Okay, so that's better. And let's see the cards as well for their authentic inner truth. We do have Grumpy Red Fairy with the message, be your true self. And again, number 8. We have also Liberty, beautiful. The Chariot energy. The Seven of Pentacles, so we might be dealing also with signs, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And I'm seeing now that there is not much difference between the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, like how they present themselves. It could be also the way how they truly are, all right? And we do have the light aspect, joyful. All right. So I hope you guys see all the cards. Okay. As a primer card, the oracle card, motivation. I do see here that they might be in a situation where they thought that the things go pretty well, but it didn't go the way how they want to, and they are like questioning themselves, and they are concerned definitely about what happened. The situation changed and there was no progress that has been made. So they are like trying to get the things moving on right now. And as well, there is somehow a reflection. They ask questions and they are concerned, and they try to motivate as well the others about to remember. That's what I'm kind of feeling with this card. To remember you or the other people, or even remember themselves, why they got involved in the first place. All right? Why you started this. And it could be also a situation at work, because I'm kind of seeing them involving with their co-workers, with the family members. It could be a relationship also, or a collaboration. And they are like questioning, and they are concerned about how can I make this progress and move forward? And more important, how can I make this so that all of people involved in this situation can participate with their whole heart? Because they kind of sense it, an energy of a boredom or stagnation from the other people. And I can see here also as a dark aspect that the health issues may affecting the level of energy as well, all right? So they might be concerned towards you as well with this oracle card. And I do see here, let's look first at the impression that they give you. We have the sea beacon fairy with the guidance, but where will it lead you? So they kind of try to guide a situation or guide a person. And they kind of they show up on the table. Okay, I have this solution. They presented this solution. And they might have more resources and opportunities for that. But probably they are not yet aware of it, or they are not allowing themselves to believe. So they kind of show up like the first idea that it came into their mind, the first opportunity that came, without really waiting and checking on their resources and their inner wisdom. So it might be that they said or how they presented themselves, it wouldn't be really the best way of doing that. But they offered their support, their guidance, more intuitively, based on their emotions and their feelings. And the truth with the grumpy red fairy is that actually, I'm kind of seeing here an inner conflict. They didn't really listen to themselves so much. They based themselves more on their emotions and their feelings. And with the grumpy red fairy, be your true self, this is like deep down, they want to show themselves how they truly are. And I'm kind of sensing here that they think that they do that, but actually they don't really think so much more deeper, more wisely. They don't appeal at all of their knowledge. Grumpy red fairy, it's more like based on moods, like if I want to dress in black today, I'm gonna do that. Tomorrow I might paint my hair purple, so I'm gonna do that. I don't care what the other people think about it. This is just me, changing all the time, right? And this is a good card actually, because they don't care what the other people think, truly. And deep down, they are not afraid of showing their authentic self. But when it comes about this situation as a first impression, they didn't really thought so much with the sea beacon fairy. So they kind of offer like, okay, I'm having this idea. It's the first thing that came into my mind. I didn't really thought about it so much. So I'm putting this on the table. And I'm pretty sure that if they will have allowed themselves more time to dive deep, right? Because we have the moon energy here, which told me that they acted or talked instinctively, directly, based on their feelings and on their everything that came from their subconscious mind. They just show up. They didn't really thought about it. So I do see here that if they will have probably stayed more in their feeling and do a little bit more shadow work, for example, they will have come up with a wisey solution in the end, because deep down they are like very authentic, very unique in their way, and honest to themselves somehow and to the others. So that's quite interesting. That's quite beautiful. We see here the conflict, right? Because at the main issue is that they just want to motivate and guide. We do have also here as the first impression, the moon energy. And moon, it's more like reflecting the light. So I do feel here that at the first impression, they probably appeared confused. They probably dive deep into illusions, very complex, and they might be acting also like they are holding some sort of secrets. Okay, but this is quite interesting. In reality, their inner truth is that they might not hold yet with the Chariot energy enough knowledge to go on a path with wisdom. All right. And they might be showing off some energy of, I want to do this, and I want to learn this, and I want to start this. Yes, this is who they are. But sometimes when they go on this road where things move forward and they want things to move forward and progress with the Chariot energy, they might be going on this road as well without really being so prepared. I do also see here the Knight of Cups energy as the first impression. Interesting. They show up at the beginning as being a very idealist, very sensitive, that they follow their heart here. They might even made a proposal here. For some of you, if it's a relationship or romantic relationship, they might have already put on the table their feelings. They are very charming. They show up very tactful as well and diplomatic. And they like to negotiate and mediate things. And their inner truth with the Seven of Pentacles, I do feel here that actually they are quite very patient person. They work hard. They are very responsible and reliable. Even if they have this energy of slow and steady, making everything slow and steady with patience, they are committed, and they do have a lot of patience, and they format somehow a routine where they are practical. Interesting. So I'm kind of seeing it here, which is quite interesting. If they truly are like that, right? The fact that they dive deep into this energy of the Knight of Cups and offering, making a proposal, that means pile number one, that they really thought a lot about it. But because they have this with the Chariot energy, they have this inner drive to start doing things. That's why they showed up with this proposal, and they probably said something to you and acted like they are really very romantic and they have those ideals and they want to manifest something into their life. And I'm kind of seeing it here, love. We do also have the Nine of Cups as first impression. And very important with the Lorelei card. Yes, because we have the oracle cards, Lorelei and Liberty. Lorelei, it's more like we see this girl, she's holding this rope, okay? And she's like, she looks very powerful at the first impression, that they could hold responsibility with faith and grace. And we see this mermaid, like she sits on this rock and she gazes towards the ocean. And we see this small ship with those small people. And they, at the first impression, they kind of give the feeling that they had the power to decide the destiny of this ship, of those people, and the fate of the crew. And with the flick of her wrist, she could toss the ship against the shore. So it's like they give the feeling that it's up to me what I will decide about my fate and the other people that I'm responsible of. And they kind of appear like they suffered a great loss in their own life. And it's up to her. They do know that it's up to them if to continue this cycle of pain, or they will allow healing and grace to calm the waters. And their inner truth with the Liberty card, I do see here that they are very confident deep down. They do know that they can make a choice. They do know that they have to let go. Wow, that's interesting. It's like at the beginning, they kind of like, if I want to do that, I can destroy this. Or I can lift up this. I can build or I can destroy. This is the first impression. Deep down, they are confident that they need to make some choices, and they are very self-determined, and they are working within themselves to let go some certain things. So this is their coping mechanism. Probably they motivate themselves, all right, like this, to let go of something. And we see here this woman, she's like holding this star, and she's having stars in her hair. She turned her back towards the situation, but there is this bird which was in the cage, and she set free this bird. So they offered freedom to somebody, and they discovered during the process that actually this freedom that they offered to the others was about their own freedom. So deep down, they do know that they shouldn't let others decide for them, and that they do have this power to liberate themselves from both external and internal cages. And they do know that many of the obstacles that they faced in life were the ones who were created by themselves even. And they realized that they created those, and that they do have the power to release them as well. That's so beautiful. I never had a reading like this. Like they're way so much powerful. At the first, they kind of show up with emotions and feelings, and they're a little bit arrogant. I could say, oh, if I want to do that, I can do this and so on. But deep down, they are even more beautiful. Wow. I do also see here with the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, and I'm kind of seeing the similarities in the pictures, right? Because we have two people here, they appear with this energy of where they quite give a lot of importance to their physical appearance as well, where they want to show their wealth also, right? And the Nine of Cups, I do see here the first impression that they show up like, oh, my wishes will come true, and I'm in a good place with my health, and I'm stable emotional, and I feel satisfied of all of those things. And they show off with having a lot of success and achievements. They also have a lot of recognition and a lot of pleasure, so they enjoy everything that has to do with the earthly things as well. I'm in a good place. Deep down with their inner truth is that with the Nine of Pentacles, they kind of They do love luxury, that's for sure. Both of the cards show that, right? They kind of learn within to achieve pleasure by themselves. They are independent, they build their own material security, and they are a successful person where they get the rewards and the efforts. But I do see here with the Nine of Pentacles that they show off this way because deep down they knew that they worked so hard for that. And the Nine of Pentacles carries this energy of a person who can get along by themselves. Okay, so they don't really depend on the others so much. If you live, this is the type of person who truly, if you leave them in the street without clothes, without food, without money, without anything, they can turn mud into gold. So they have this capacity to build something out of nothing. I am feeling here, which is quite very interesting. So it's not a big difference. It's like they assume this inner truth and they show off, and they feel legitimate to show off in that way because they know that behind of it there is authenticity, there is responsibility, hard work. It's not the type of person who really show up with merits that they didn't really work for it or deserve it. So that's quite interesting here. And we do also have the oracle cards concerned with the shadow aspect and the joyful with the light aspect. Interesting. So I do see here with the shadow aspect concerned that they are acting at the first impression, that they are concerned about things out of their control. And I can see here is that they show up as concerned because they want to make you understand that they do care. And they do desire a potential change to the way that things should be. And I can see also here that I do feel here something very interesting. They do know, whatever this person told you, they do know that you have much more power than you think you have. And they kind of see it in a very strange way, like they see all the shadow aspects and the things that other people don't see it, okay? They are very highly intuitive and they are not afraid to show up this way. So they might come at you suddenly and tell you, I'm concerned about this thing, and you weren't even thinking about it. But that is because deep down they know that if you pay attention to those details, that could really help you to connect more with your intuitive side as well. So that's quite very powerful. I do also see here the joyful card. And with the joyful card, it's like deep down, they are quite very happy for everything that they achieve, everything that they awaken on inside the other people, the way how the things should progress, the direction that they want to go. They want to motivate. They are authentically, I could say, with the grumpy red fairy here, concerned, and they want to guide you and motivate you because they do know that you hold this power within to make certain decisions, to show up your feelings, and especially to present yourself as an authentic person. And that could be exactly the way how you are in yourself, how you are truly, right? How is your inner truth somehow. And they kind of want you trigger you to be authentic and to motivate yourself and to motivate the others also. So whatever person you were thinking about, they have a very, very authentic energy, very original, and they want you somehow to tap into that authenticity within yourself. So if they see somehow that you present yourself projecting with the moon energy here, showing up your feelings without really thinking in a wise way, immediately they kind of drag that vibe and energy and announce you. Be careful with that detail. All right. So I'm kind of feeling here that this person, whatever he is or she is, they are very, very good in depicting unknown aspects of the self. Okay, so that was my reading for pile number 1. I hope you like it. And if you like it, please press like and subscribe so you can get a notification for future readings. And you may comment as well in the comment box under the description section, because I love to read them very much. And see you at the next reading. Take care of you. Hey, pile number 2, you choose this beautiful onyx crystal, and it looks like this. All right, and let's find out together the impression that they give you versus their authentic inner truth. And I do have on my left side here the impression that they give you, and on my right side their authentic inner truth. So let's see first the oracle card. And we do have retreat. All right. Let's see the impressions. For pile number 2, we have the sewer mermaid with the message, your sensuality, it's beautiful. We do have transformation. The 7 of Swords. So it's like they are keeping an eye on it. It could be a stalking situation as well, or they pay attention. But I do see here also, I'm kind of feeling it, air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. We have the 2 of Cups energy, water signs as well, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay. We have the Temperance energy. And Solemn, the shadow aspect. All right, and their authentic inner truth. We have Marie Masquerade with glamour, intrigue, and drama. Okay. We also have A Long Way Home. We do have the 8 of Wands energy. So we do have here also fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. The King of Wands. So deep down they kind of have teaching skills here. We have the Knight of Wands, very passionate. And we also have Forbidden, another shadow aspect. All right, so at the first, I look here on this oracle card, which is the card which molds these energies, right? And I do see here strongly a retreat situation. Something took an unexpected turn. And something that looked very inviting at the beginning, it turned out to be much worse than they anticipated. And they're like ran away. Somebody ran away from this situation. I do also see here that they kind of feel that the bravest thing that they could do in a certain situation is to know when to retreat. Interesting. Let's look at the impressions. We have here the sewer mermaid with the message, your sensuality is beautiful. So at the first glance, they look like a natural and beautiful person. Their body is beautiful. Their appearance is very beautiful. And I do see here also that they might look very natural. But what's interesting is that they appear very sensual, and they have this ability to attract other people. And they appear like a strong person who survived some situation. And they show up as the impression that they do know how to love themselves. They know how to rise above anything that is rubbish and anything that is negative that could condition their beautiful body and their unique self. And they are beautiful, and they show up like they are very worthy of love. And this is the truth that they project outside, all right? This is how they show up. Deep down, their inner truth is that they do involve themselves in situations where there is a lot of drama and glamorous things and intrigue. I see here glamour, intrigue, and drama. All right. So I'm kind of seeing them in a vibe where they kind of gossip, or they are involved in situation where there is a lot of gossip, and they might feel intrigued around other people whom they admire and they wish to be like in some way. And I'm kind of seeing that deep down, they actually earn to have a true friend. I do also see that they are very much admired by other people, especially the way how they look, the way how they present themselves. But what they truly need and they want, their inner truth, is that they do need a friend. They don't need fans. They don't need admirers. They need a true friend. And they kind of start to focus on their hard work and not on the look. It might be, this is the case, this is the cliche, the classical case of a person who appear amazing, charming, and beautiful, and everyone is feeling attracted by it. And then they do know deep down inside that, okay, this is just the appearance, this is just the impression, but I do want those people to like me and love me for who I truly am, for the hard work that I'm putting out there. They do have their own style as well. Many times they wake up being the subject of gossips. Okay, especially the things that they cannot really control, that the other people said about themselves. And they kind of found a way to move and live their life with grace. I do also see here that they are surrounded by people who likes drama. They also they are involved in situations, and I'm kind of seeing it that it's more like a life circumstance here. Interesting. They are surrounded by people and situation where the other people like to gossip, they like the drama, they like the intrigue, and they focus so much on their beauty and on this person's beauty and on this person's success. Definitely, they don't have really true good friends around them, or the vibe or the place where they are, it show up like that. And I do also see here that all the time they have to cleanse their life. All the time they have to cleanse the false friends. All the time they have to look inside themselves and find the difference between a good friend and a fair weather friend. They are true to their own vision, opposed of what is fashionable and considered desirable, and they are very, very creative as well. Deep down they are like, I'm creating myself within this situation, and I prefer to be the way how I am and have real friends next to me than fake friends who gossip, who are jealous on my success and my beauty. And I rather remain alone. Somehow I'm kind of feeling it here. I rather create something authentic than follow the ships. That is how they truly are. They show up as a first impression that they are very sensual, very beautiful, very attractive, but deep down they yearn for this deep connection with other people. I do also see here the transformation oracle card, and they show up that they change a lot, right? They show up that they process a lot of things, their own identity goes through a transformation. They are very curious and they seek a lot of answers. We see here this woman dressed in a red polka dot dress, and she show up on the upper part of her body that the process of transformation already takes place, symbolized by this butterfly. And she touched with her hand the heart chakra. So they show up like their life is transforming into a new life right now. And that could lift up a lot of questions, even more questions than having answers. And they show up like they self-reflect, they question things like, am I the person I would like to be? What can I do right now to transform parts of myself? And they show up that they want to change and they self-reflect a lot. All right? Their inner truth is that with the long way home, let me show you this card, because it's quite very important. They definitely, deep down, they started a journey. And they go through some sort of experiences. We see a passage here. We see the little elephant on the journey through the skies. And it's like he's living in this huge balloon and his castle with him, and the light is guiding him. And deep down, they are questioning themselves, like, how long am I going through this transformation? How long am I going on this journey? And when will it end? And I do also see that they collected so much memories, strong enough to fill a castle with those memories. And a lot of light, they carry a lot of light within. So I do see here what it's important is that how they show up at the first impression, that they go through some sort of changes, all right, and transformation. Deep down, they do started this long spiritual journey where they collected so many memories and experiences, and they have all the knowledge that they need to go and move through different experiences and voyages. And I do see here that they hold so much light within. And it's quite mind-blowing, because this person, it's like, I'm kind of sensing here that they are a light worker as well. And the paradox is that because of their inner light and because of their own experiences and the journeys that they went through the life, the other people are so attracted towards this light, all right? And they're like, many times wake up in situation where the other people start dramas and glamorous and intrigue and show up like fake friends. And they do know deep down that this is part of the life experiences, this is part of their awakening, So definitely this is an awakened person who knows that they dive deep in dark situations with their own light, and that will attract others as well. Wow, interesting. Pile number 2. I do see here also the 7 of Swords energy, how they show up. They might show up like a curious person, definitely here. We see this boy stalking this girl. Wait. All right. And what's interesting here is that they show up like they give the impression that they are dishonest, all right? That they are like a thief. Like you kind of feel it with them that they show up like, oh, this person definitely holds secrets and they are not quite very honest. And they are very witty and tricky, and they play pranks, and they are not really serious. They are very, very curious, and they are a stalker perhaps. And they give also the impression that they have an eye on many people, like that energy where like they show up quite very curious. They stick their nose where they don't, it's not their business. So that kind of childish energy. This is the first impression that they give it. And I also see here also that it could give an impression to the others that they run away from some sort of situation, that they may be a type of person who has affairs, adventures, and they bring a lot of deceptions to the others. That they somehow tell lies or tricks, and they are very strategic and almost like a fox energy, right? But deep down, all right, if we want to know this person, we look at this 8 of Wands energy, how they truly are, and we see this lady who holds those ropes with these flies, and she's wearing this crown on her head and the white dress which symbolizes purity and knowledge. And deep down I do see here that they are a person of action. All right, we see action also here. This is a person with whom you do stuffs. Okay, they like to do stuffs. I do also here also I see also that they go through a lot of quick changes. This is for sure. And they take quick decisions also. The news really move quite very fast. Things happen quite very fast in their life as well. And they are very excited because they do a lot of progress also. So this is a person who moves a lot, change a lot, who is doing a lot of things as well. And I do also see here the 2 of Cups and the King of Wands. They show up at the first impression with the 2 of Cups, that they show up very romantic, very loving. They do want this unity in a partnership with another person, and they show up that they feel very attracted towards others, that they could create these authentic bonds with the others. They show up with respect at the first, this is the first impression also. Deep down, wow, this is really, really amazing. With the King of Wands, this person knows so much that it will blow your mind. Like, it's interesting, they show up with this childish energy, like, hey, yeah, we can do this together, and let's find out. I'm kind of hearing it here. Let's find out what is this. Let's see, let's learn, but deep down, pile number 2, this person already knows a lot. This is like really, I'm kind of feeling it here, like, yeah, this is the energy. This is the energy of a person who show up as, I'm stupid. I don't know so much. Let's find out together. But behind closed doors, it's not that they feel smart, they are smart. Interesting attitude. All right. It's almost like a parent who knows stuffs, but they go down on their knees in front of their kids and see, oh, you see this fly? Let's find out what colors have this is the energy that they show up, the impression. But we know that the parent knows already, right? Okay, so they have very strong skills of teaching others, actually. And I'm seeing here, if we look at the picture, we see the king with the cat. So they are teaching about almost everything to a variety of people who are coming from a different place, okay? Because we see two reigns here. So they have this capacity to adapt and to lead as well people and situation that might be quite different than them. So they have this capacity to adapt quite strong. And I do also see here with the King of Wands that they are a bold leader. They carry this leadership energy. They are quite very powerful and courageous. They do see the big picture and they overcome also all the challenges that they are dealing with. They have vision, they take control over the situation, and they are quite optimistic, especially when they had to take a daring, important decision. Very bold person. I also see here the Temperance card and the Knight of Wands. So they do show up here at the first impression that they kind of look balanced and they are like, I'm kind of hearing it, I got this. I know how to find the middle path to this. They look peaceful and calm at the beginning. They look like they have a lot of patience. Their inner truth with the Knight of Wands is that they just can't wait to act. What patience. And this is quite funny and sweet. It's like, what patience, what balance, what temperance. Let's just do stuff. This is how they are, truly are. They want action, all right? And I'm laughing because I'm feeling so strong childlike energy, you know, like that child that you tell him or tell her, just sit here and wait, okay? You really need to take care. Don't eat too much sweets. Don't do that. And they look quite innocent. They do look quite innocent. But they are thinking in the same time like, oh my God, I can't wait to eat that cake. I can't wait to do that. Like, can I move now? This is the vibe that they actually have it. And it's funny in a way. We do have the Knight of Wands here and Forbidden. Look at this picture. Like, look how they are. Like, you can see from the picture, like, they will go through fire just to move that energy, just to act. And I do see here a very courageous person. All right? They don't feel fear. They are very energetic. They are charming. They are rebellious. They have a hot temper deep down. They are a free spirit, very passionate and creative. And action. Those cards screams action, action, action. Like they love to do things. Okay. And I also see here the Oracle card Solemn with the shadow aspect. I do see here that because we do have the shadow aspect and the light aspect, it's optimism. They show up that they are quite they have this at the first impression they are like, oh, I'm really sad about this situation, and they show up with a long face, like exactly in the moment when you enter on the door and you look at them, you know from their face that, oh God, not again. Like they really show up all the time with this attitude of long face, pessimistic. They kind of forgot to smile. this is a strategy of them actually to show to the others the intensity, and they could act really angry and very hot-tempered, intense, because they want to get people to respond somehow. And this is actually a powerful tool that they are using that became somehow addictive to them. And people became actually scared to respond to them because they are afraid. They perceive the other people, this person, it's perceived as an angry person, all right? And this is actually, it's not like, it's a coping mechanism, definitely it's a coping mechanism that they show up at surface just to get somehow a reaction from the other people. They make that long face, okay? And their authentic self here, we do have forbidden. Their inner truth, the way how they are inside, is that they quite acknowledge the things that are restricted to them. And they kind of don't know that when something is forbidden and restricted, there is a place full of possibilities as well in that circumstance. And they do know that they need to act responsible. I'm kind of sensing here, like they might get angry, okay, at the first impression and make a long face because they want a response. But in the same time, how they truly are inside is that they do know that even in that circumstance that looks restricted or forbidden, there is so much possibility. And that they act responsible actually before making decision that could impact others. So, wow. Definitely, I'm kind of sensing the energy of this person. So they show the first impression, they act like a child, but their inner truth is that they are not a child. They show up with a long face and angry, and because they want a reaction from you. Deep down, to arrive in that place, they thought so much about it. They thought about how it will impact the others. They thought about, okay, what possibilities are in this situation? And I'm kind of seeing it that actually there was so much forbidden to them in their life. Like it's not something that I am sad but I have no reason to be sad. They have this long face and they show up angry and intrigued by some situation because they did thought a lot about a situation that was restricted to them. It's like building a lot of frustration within themselves. So they are motivated by that. So it's like something stopped them and they were judged a lot. And what's interesting is that some bad stuffs happened to this person. I'm kind of feeling it here. They weren't allowed to be themselves. They weren't allowed to express themselves. They were like, and I'm kind of seeing here with the glamour, intrigue, drama, that they were surrounded by so much drama, not necessarily created by them, but they were really, because they are so lighted, right, within, and so smart that they attracted only bad people. Wow. And I'm kind of seeing it here also that they were like, other people tried to control them so much. They weren't allowed to be in a certain way. They weren't allowed to think in a certain way or to do some stuffs. And that's what made them actually act. They want action all the time, because actually deep down, they do know that the situation can change, right? Even if it's a restricted or a forbidden fruit, let's say. There are so many possibilities there also if you act, if you do things. So this is their drive. This is the way how they fix things. This is their inner, true, authentic self. And they do know that through actions, the energy can change also. And they, most importantly, they do know when to retreat from a situation. And I'm kind of seeing them here also because her back, it's turned from glamour, intrigue, drama, is that they've been in situation also where other people, when they saw in how much drama they are involved, they ran away from them. All right, so that was my reading for pile number 2. Interesting. If you like this reading, please press like and subscribe so you can get further notification of my future readings. And you may leave as well a comment in the comment section under the description. And take care of you, pile number 2. See you at the next reading. Bye. Hey, pile number 3, you choose this beautiful crystal, the tiger eye crystal. And it looks like this. And let's see the cards and let's find out together their first impression that they give you versus their authentic inner truth and their self. So first we're gonna look at the oracle card, the energy that it's molded between those two aspects. And we do have here management. All right. Let's see the cards for the impression that they give you. We have Witch at the end of the world with the message, an important end, a new beginning. All right. We have the Rose Garden. Okay. We do have the 7 of Discs, which is the 7 of Pentacles. So I'm feeling here earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And something ended here, all right? We also have the King of Cups, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We do have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And we have the light aspect, renewed. All right. And now let's look at their inner true self. We have Carnivorous Flower Fairy. A tempting offer has a high price. Okay. We have the Red Garden. Interesting because they do have the Rose Garden as well. Okay. Then we do have the 6 of Wands energy. So we do have fire signs also here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Star energy. Okay. We have the Lovers. And we have the light aspect, Delighted. All right, so first we do have this oracle card, Management, which the energy that molds all those two sides, right? The impression and their authentic inner truth is that they are trying to manage everything right now, and they did a good job by doing that. Everything runs smoothly under their expert supervision, and they are kind of looking on top of the things. We see this girl wearing this crown, and she's sitting here in this tower, and she's kind of looking at everything, right? And everyone I do see also here that nothing escapes them. They have a very clear eye and vision towards what is going on. They do feel proud of the achievements that they have, and they have leadership skills. And they kind of went into this attitude where they retreated themselves a little bit and backed a little bit, I can see here, so they can make sure that everyone else involved in this situation is getting the chance to learn and grow as well. They might be feeling that they are the only ones who can really keep an eye on everything that is going on, and they might be feeling things like that they are the only one who can keep things up to their own standards. And this attitude kind of leads them to burnout situation or martyrdom role at worst. But they kind of set a good example and inspire others to excellence. And as a dark aspect, they might be a control freak as well, so they need to rest, all right? I do also see here at the first impression, we do have the witch at the end of the world with the messages, an important end, a new beginning. So something very important made their life change and rearrange their whole life. And it could be also something that affected them on a personal level or something that is going on globally, which affected their power, their energy, their systems of beliefs, their relationships. They are going through changes. They also ended some beliefs and values. Probably it changed this. And they kind of show up that they just want to live a simple life right now in harmony with the nature. And they show up like they are not afraid of anything. They kind of have this attitude of all is well, all is well, all is well. The world is safe. Nothing bad can happen. I got this. This is the attitude that they show up. And that they can really make to the other side of the storms. And that they show up with this attitude that the changes are part of their journey. And they do want a peaceful environment and a peaceful way of living things where shadows and light are loved and accepted as well. So quite very spiritual and very benevolent energy they show up at the surface. Deep down, their inner truth, we do have carnivorous flower fairy, all right? And with this energy, I do see that, wow, interesting. They might have a very good eye. I'm seeing her looking up from up here, or him, and they have such a good eye in observing how the other people use their cruelty about others. It's like they have such a fine eye when it comes about depicting other people's cruelty towards the other. They depict the toxicity, the toxic energy between two other people. Wow. It's like they have this inner radar. All right, where I'm kind of sensing a very high sensitive empath here. It's like, is this type of person who actually enters in a room and they can read immediately the energy of the people. They also are aware that they do feel and know the toxicity in each one of them, the shadow aspects in each one of them. And that could be also a blessing, but also a curse for some of them. And I do also see here that they are very charming, all right? I also see that actually they have some sort of I see them observing very much situation where the other people consume each other. I'm trying to put it in words. They depict very good the narcissist, for example, this person. They believe, they know when they enter in a workplace, for example, and in that workplace, there are 20 people, let's say. They enter in that place and immediately they depict the belief systems from that family or from that group. They do see where are the demands, where is the consuming part. They do see the cult. They see the practice, the ethics. And they do not let those type of situation or people get too close of them. They kind of observe and learn a lot about it. Wow, interesting. I also see here with the 7 of, and that's why I believe that's why all the time they end some things, all right? So probably they depict an energy and they are like, this is not for me. End of story. And that could create a lot of frustration in the others, of course. But I do also see here that with the 7 of discs energy, the 7 of discs is the 7 of pentacles. And they show up as being a person who is quite patient, who might have some sort of delayed success, and they truly work hard and they have this perseverance, that they grow a lot and they progressed a lot, and that they are having some sort of plans, they are patient. This is the impression that they give. Deep down, with the 6 of Wands, I do see here that they are the boss, all right? They are rewarded public by their work. They hold this pride feeling where they are very much acclaimed by the others for the victory and the success that they have. So they do have recognition for their own qualities. Interesting. And I want to add here, if they give you the impression that I have patience and, I don't have success so fast as it should be or so, deep down, they do see all the progress, all the hard work. They do know that they are successful. It's just they keep it for themselves. So they project this negative attitude, or I wouldn't call it really negative with the 7 of discs, but more like modesty. Modest, like, I should wait, let's see how it goes, how it unfolds, I'm not really sure, I am patient with this. And within deep, they are like, I'm successful at this will work, definitely. So they're like, they do know their skills, all right? It's just they are waiting for the others to learn, to grow, to progress. Very conflictual attitude. I do also see here the King of Cups energy. So they do show up as an impression with the attitude of being a great parent. For those of you who is dealing with a person who is a parent, okay? That they have empathy and tolerance towards the others. They do show up as having control and balance, and they are wisey and diplomatic, and that they do know how to use the head over the heart. They also show up as a good advisor and a good counselor, and they are devoted. Their inner truth with the star energy is that this person is having so much faith and hope. They are going through some sort of healing process where they renew themselves. They feel inspired to renew themselves most of the time. It's like it's a person who deeply, authentically changed themselves. Like it could be, and this is how they are. If they show up and you see them like they are wearing different clothes and they have a different attitude, and you're like, who is this person? And then the next week they show up in a different light, in a different perspective, different clothes, different hobbies and preoccupations. It's not that they do fake something, it's that they definitely go through that change within. And faith and hope actually helps them to show up like that and to be like that, which is quite interesting. So whatever change you see at that person, that change really took place. Like it's no fake appearance, all right? We do also have here the Queen of Pentacles. And the Rose Garden and the Red Garden, which is quite interesting because the Rose Garden it's like a red garden, right? So I repeat myself that indeed this person show up from the beginning exactly as they really are. And I do see here with the Red Garden, we see this beautiful woman. She's like, her hair, it's like a leaf, and she's holding this flower close to her heart and the butterfly. She looks, or he looks, at the first impression that they are so sensitive person, that they are aware of the nature, and that they feel their whole it's integrated, and they appear that they carry a lot of internal strength. They look beautiful, like they transform into a flower. And she holds this red blooming, it's a rose, close to her heart. The hair looks like a leaf blown by the wind. And it's like they look like they integrate themselves so well in the nature, and that they grow stronger and stronger when they are touching things, and they show up with loving gestures, and they look like they are not really alone. They have friends with the caterpillar here and the butterfly who visit them often. And they show up like they do show up their thorns, right? Because the rose have thorns. So they do show as the first impression. They don't hide the wounds that they have, and also things that they could do. The other side of the rose, right? They are not scared to show up like that. But the rose, that is the thing. The rose is beautiful and strong because of its thorns, not in spite of them. And their inner truth with the Red Garden here is that they feel a lot of gratitude and pleasure and happiness. They're a person who deep down, they look very jovial, very optimistic. We see this woman here, she's surrounded by this garden full of flowers, and even the sky, it's covered with the pink petals. And we see the luminescent blue with the violet color, so beautiful. And it's like the flowers became a part of her body. And we have here also a parrot on her shoulder. And he's like, he feels home on her shoulder. So whatever journey they had in their life, this person keeps happiness and gratitude in their heart. And they have this capacity to notice the simple pleasure of life. They are really thankful for all that nature has given to them. And I'm kind of seeing here that they show up exactly as they truly are, with the Rose Garden and the Red Garden. Interesting. And at the first impression, they might give you the feeling that they were hurt, or that they went through a lot. And this is what makes them so amazing and beautiful. But when you get to know them more deep, you will notice that this person, despite of what they went through, they closed the chapter and they put their head on the pillow, feeling so much gratitude and happiness for all the experiences that they went through. A quite strong energy of a person who knows how to regenerate themselves, who knows how to renew themselves, and they even feel during this process a delightful energy, Wow, quite very strong energy from this person I'm feeling, pile number 3. And I do also see the Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers. All right, so with the Queen of Pentacles energy, I see that at the first impression, they give the feeling that they are a resourceful person, a very fertile, very practical, a person who creates comfort for themselves and the others, where they show up that they are secured financially, especially. They also look very caring and generous, nurturing, welcoming to the other people as well, very sensitive, a good person that knows to make a business, that they enjoy the luxury things as well. And I'm kind of seeing it that their inner truth with the Lovers card is that they crave and yearn for a partnership here. That is very beautiful. Like when the Lovers card appear in a reading, it's not that they create comfort and nurturing environment for you and make you feel welcome into their space or their presence because this satisfy them some sort of social or psychological needs. No, the Lovers, it's about a spiritual strong bond, right? It's about the fact that they definitely want to encourage you in your life. They do want to lay down a little bit and wait for you to learn and grow. They do know a lot of things, especially they experienced a lot of endings in their life, and they do hold this knowledge with their faith and hope that in those circumstances when things ended, you can transform yourself and you can renew yourself, you can bloom, you can really grow. Wow, strong energy. And they look at it. I'm kind of seeing her looking towards she's not looking on the appearance, right? She's looking towards their inner truth all the time. She's even looking towards the hope and the faith that they have. And I do see here also that she observes her inner truth. She observes the fact that she truly loves someone or loves people. This person loves people so much. They love themselves. And I do also see here that they look towards a partnership all the time. Someone with whom, okay, so the Lover's energy carries this energy of two people who unite each other, two people whom I recognize from the soul to soul connection. It could be a past lifetime lover as well, a twin flame connection or a soulmate connection. And even when they form friendships with the others, they look forward to form a strong partnership, even when they work, even when they have fun. They enjoy authentic, real friends and a long-term partnership with whom they could encourage each other and bring out the best from one and the other. Interesting. I do see here with the Renewed card that they definitely show up at the first impression that they change themselves with the Renewed. And they show up many times that they start over something. It could be a relationship, a job, a place where they live. And what's interesting is that all the time they give this impression to the other people that to renew yourself, like I kind of sense it with this person that they have such a deep understanding. They are quite very wisey. They do know that to renew yourself doesn't mean that yesterday I wear a blue sweater and today I'm wearing a white sweater, so my whole appearance is changed. It's about wearing the white sweater the second day, but still wearing something blue on their hand. So what I'm trying to say here is that this person is quite aware of the fact that renewal does not mean forgetting. It just means a new way in which we move forward. And they do know that even if they left pieces of themselves behind in some certain relationship or situation, they do know that restarting their life over doesn't mean that what happened in the past was wrong or should be forgotten, but means that they use that knowledge, all right? They use all the knowledge to plan out forward journey. So it's not like restarting something, but they show up like they relook at how to proceed on a certain situation. So they do know that whatever happened in the past, it can have a place in their new plans in their life, but needs some rejigging, rearrangements. They reconsider a lot their own expectations and the expectations of the others. And they do not fall in that trap of blaming someone specifically. They don't blame themselves, they don't blame the others. They reconsider all the time. They adjust, they adapt, they gather the good stuff that come out from that experience. They add some new stuffs and use this to plan to move forward. Wow. And they show up with this attitude towards the others. Like, take what is good. What did you learn from that experience? Take what is good from them. Try to rethink that. Try to look at from a different perspective, and so on. They are not the type of person who erase everything with a sponge and say, "Oh, that experience was so bad for me. I don't want la la la, yada yada." They are like more like, "That was really awful, but I've learned 1, 2, 3, 4 points." So they are like that, all right? And they show like that. Let's see deep down how they are. I do see here the delighted energy. They all the time, they are founded on the joy and the delight that they experienced it in the past. And that actually, it's what gives them power and energy to endure their dark times. And we have the star also here. So they are deep down quite focusing on the positive aspects, focusing on the feeling gratitude towards the experiences that they had. They are very joyful deep down. And they definitely want to experience those moments more. They like to feel joy and they like to bring joy to the other people. And when a joyful moment, experience arrive in their life or in the life of the other people, they're like the first person who are like, "Oh, let's appreciate that. Let's enjoy this." They really know how to appreciate. Like, I'm kind of seeing it here, the energy of a person whom, if you buy this person a piece of cake, right? They are like, they show up how much joyful they are for that piece of cake. Almost like a child energy. And they don't really worry deep down. They don't worry about the things that they cannot change. They do know that a simple change of mindset, it's sometimes all that it takes to enjoy the lighter side of life. And they often remind themselves and the others that the simple things that they take for granted may not be so simple for others. So they all the time, they kind of saying like, don't worry, try to not worry. They try to not worry as well. And just enjoy this moment. Be delighted in what you are doing right now in the present moment. They do acknowledge that there will come a day when we live this life, right? This 3D experience. And it's important what we leave behind. The memory of the type of person that they were. Wow. Very beautiful energy for pile number 3. Very wisey and deep. And they have so much strength and power when it comes about hope and faith. Definitely a person who lives in the moment. And that could teach the others a lot. So that was my reading for pile number 3. If you enjoyed this reading, press like and subscribe so you can get a notification for my next videos and readings. And you may leave as well a comment in the comment box. under the description, because all the time I read those comments and I really give answers. I love to talk with you guys as well. So take care of you, pile number 3, and see you at the next reading. Bye.